Part 3. Granny's Reluctance, Rocking Chair Resistance and Mountain Pride. In the rich tapestry of the Beverly Hillbillies pilot episode, few characters shine as brightly or embody the spirit of the mountains quite like Granny. Part 3 of this timeless script centers squarely on her magnificent and hilarious resistance to the family's impending move to Beverly Hills. Seated defiantly in her beloved rocking chair on the back porch, Granny becomes both the emotional anchor and the comedic highlight of the decision-making process. Her unwavering refusal to leave the only world she has ever known elevates what could have been a simple plot transition into a profound exploration of identity, tradition, generational wisdom, and mountain pride. Granny's character is introduced early as the fiery guardian of old ways, but it is in her rocking chair standoff that she truly comes alive. When Jed gently tries to persuade her about the wonders awaiting in California, Granny delivers one of the most memorable lines of the entire episode. If the good Lord had wanted her in California, he would have put her there from the vaxtas beginning. This statement is not mere stubbornness. It reflects a deep Appalachian fatalism mixed with profound faith. For Granny, life is not about chasing fortune or comfort, but about accepting the place where Providence has set you down. Her rocking chair is more than furniture. It is her throne, her fortress, and her declaration of independence. The script masterfully uses Granny's reluctance to deepen our understanding of the Clampett family's values. While Pearl bubbles with excitement about movie stars and grand mansions, and Jethro dreams of bigger adventures, Granny stands as the voice of continuity. She worries that leaving the hills means abandoning their very identity. Humor arises naturally from this conflict. When Jed mentions the lack of snow in California, Granny sees it not as an advantage but as a loss. She points out that she can run her still year-round in Beverly Hills, but then fondly recalls how the cold walk to the still makes the return trip all the sweeter. These small details paint a vivid picture of a life deeply intertwined with the rhythms of nature and the satisfaction of simple hardships. Jed's patience with Granny is one of the most touching aspects of the episode. He never mocks her or forces her decision. Instead, he sits with her, listens to her concerns, and gently offers counterpoints. This dynamic reveals Jed's wisdom as a leader who understands that true family unity cannot be bought with millions of dollars. He recognizes that dragging Granny unwillingly to California would break something essential in their family bond. His respect for her stubbornness is itself a form of love. In an age when many comedies relied on cruel mockery of older characters, the Beverly Hillbillies treats Granny with genuine affection and respect, celebrating her feistiness rather than diminishing it. The comedy reaches delightful peaks as the family tries various tactics to sway her. Jethro's enthusiastic descriptions of the new life fall on deaf ears. Pearl's practical arguments about modern conveniences are met with Granny's sharp retorts. Even the promise of $25 million fails to move her. She remains firmly planted, declaring that she is not afraid and has no intention of budging from her rocker. This physical immobility becomes a powerful metaphor for her spiritual and cultural steadfastness. The rocking chair, worn smooth by years of use, symbolizes the enduring strength of mountain traditions in the face of overwhelming change. One particularly charming exchange occurs when the family discusses the mysterious smogs mentioned by the British fellow. Granny and Jethro's literal interpretation that a smog is simply a small hog provides pure hillbilly logic at its finest. Rather than laughing at their misunderstanding, the script invites us to smile with them. Their interpretation makes perfect sense within their worldview. Why would sophisticated city folk worry about small hogs? This type of gentle linguistic humor runs throughout the episode and reaches its zenith in Granny's interactions. She may not understand modern concepts, but she possesses a folk wisdom that often proves more reliable than book learning. Granny's character draws strength from her role as the family's moral and practical center. She is the one who remembers how to make lye soap, how to cook possum innards properly, and how to preserve food against hard times. Her reluctance stems partly from a deep-seated fear that Beverly Hills will soften the family and erode their self-reliance. She has lived through lean times when they rendered every scrap of fat into soap rather than waste it. To her, accepting luxury too readily risks forgetting the lessons of hardship that shaped their character. This philosophy resonates deeply because it touches on universal truths about the dangers of sudden wealth and the importance of remembering one's origins. The script brilliantly balances Granny's resistance with moments of vulnerability. Beneath her fiery exterior lies genuine love for her family and concern for their souls. She worries that the bright lights and easy living of California might corrupt the simple virtues she has worked so hard to instill. When she declares that she will only move if the Lord Himself moves her, there is both defiance and quiet faith in her words. This blend of toughness and tenderness makes Granny one of the most beloved characters in television history. She is cranky, opinionated, and deeply traditional, yet her love for Jed, Ellie Mae, and Jethro is absolute. As the conversation continues, we see how Granny's stance forces the rest of the family to confront deeper questions about progress and home. Jed must balance his responsibility as provider with his role as respectful son-in-law. Ellie Mae, caught between her wild mountain spirit and the emerging call of womanhood, watches this battle with quiet fascination. Jethro's childlike enthusiasm is tempered by respect for his elder. Through Granny's resistance, the episode explores the tension between staying true to one's roots and embracing new opportunities, a theme that would resonate with millions of American families who had themselves migrated from rural areas to cities in search of better lives. The physical comedy of the rocking chair scene is executed with perfect timing. Granny's determination to remain seated, no matter what, creates wonderful visual gags and verbal sparring. Jed's gentle persistence meets her iron will in a dance of affection and exasperation. Even as the family prepares to depart, Granny's refusal adds tension and sweetness to the journey. We sense that her eventual move, or at least her reluctant participation, will be hard-won, making it all the more satisfying when it comes. What makes Granny's reluctance so compelling is how authentically it reflects real cultural dynamics. Many viewers in the 1960s and still today could relate to older family members who resisted leaving familiar communities for distant opportunities. The script never ridicules this reluctance. Instead, it honors it. Granny is not an obstacle to be overcome but a vital part of the family's soul. Her mountain pride is presented as something noble and worthy of celebration, even as the story gently nudges the family toward their California adventure. By the conclusion of this section, Granny's rocking chair resistance has done far more than provide laughs. It has enriched our understanding of the Clampett family's dynamics, reinforced the show's core themes of authenticity and loyalty, and created an emotional investment that carries through the entire series. We laugh at her stubbornness, but we also admire it. We smile at her misunderstandings, but we recognize the deep wisdom beneath them. In Granny, the writers created a character who would become an American icon precisely because she refused to compromise who she was, even when faced with $25 million and the glittering promise of Beverly Hills. The stage is now set for the physical journey westward. Granny may still be rocking defiantly on the porch, but the wheels of change are turning. Her resistance has given the story heart, humor, and humanity. As the Clampetts prepare to leave their beloved hills, we understand that no matter how grand the mansion awaiting them, they will always carry Granny's mountain spirit with them. That indomitable pride, that fierce love of tradition, and that unyielding sense of self will prove to be their greatest assets in the sophisticated world they are about to enter. This extended focus on Granny's reluctance stands as masterful character writing. It transforms a simple decision to move into a rich exploration of what home truly means and why some roots run so deep that not even oil money can easily pull them up. In doing so, the pilot episode of the Beverly Hillbillies secures its place as one of the most warmly human comedies ever created for television.